if I were Noah and we were going off of how I conduct myself, I would have been stuck looking at the dark clouds trying to hurry up and build an ark that the Lord gave me more than enough time, that the Lord gave me more than enough foreknotice. Yeah, that he gave me enough notice to do long before the storm clouds rolled in. But me, I feel like the way that I've been procrastinating and the way that I've been conducting myself is absolutely reactive instead of proactive. And as a person who knows that the Lord has good plans for me, you would think that that would put some fire under my butt.
Level up loading.
Level
up loading.
up.
Level up loading.
Hi everybody, welcome back to Level Up Loading by Feelings, Face Facts with yours truly, Shay.
Hey!
So for one, I just want to let y'all know before we even dive into this episode, I'm literally talking about myself, okay? So I am being vulnerable and sharing about myself. If this just so happens to edify you, then so be it. But for now, just know that this is more so about me than you, but I'm sure that other people can relate. So I want to talk about Noah and how he literally had so much faith and how he had so much obedience and how he had so much follow through that he built the ark before the rain. He built the ark before the rain came. Please hear me when I say he built the ark before the rain came. Like, that is unheard of, you know, and just to think of how much of a action-based doer he has to be able to do that. Like, if I were Noah and we were going off of how I conduct myself, I would have been stuck looking at the dark clouds trying to hurry up and build an ark that the Lord gave me more than enough time, that the Lord gave me more than enough foreknotice, or what do you call it? Yeah, that he gave me enough notice to do long before the storm clouds rolled in. But me, I feel like the way that I've been procrastinating and the way that I've been conducting myself is absolutely reactive instead of proactive. And as a person who knows that the Lord has good plans for me, you would think that that would put some fire under my butt to be a lot more proactive. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not saying in every area or all the time. I'm not saying every area all the time, but there are so many things that the Lord has convicted me of and been making known that it needs to be addressed, handled, done, and for whatever reason I drag my feet or I half attempt. And it's something that I'm not proud of. Please understand, I'm not bragging, I'm not, this is not a good thing. So please don't be like me, be better than me. But I am being honest and saying that if I were Noah in those times and it were up to me to be the one to not only save myself, but my family and the animals and, whatever provisions that the Lord requested, I would have failed myself and them. That makes me really sad because I know that I've come so far and I know that my faith is strong, but faith without works is dead. Like, it's great to believe, but you gotta put some movement to that belief. And just because you don't see the rain yet doesn't mean that it's not coming. And if the Lord was gracious enough to give you that warning, to give you a preface to say, hey, listen, something's coming, prepare. And to be so arrogant to either think you have more time or to be so arrogant as to just rely on the Lord getting you through by the skin of your teeth. And sometimes I feel like that's what I have been doing and that's what I have done. And I get to a place now where I realize, like, I don't want the Lord to say, I've warned her, I've given her convictions, I've given her other people, I've shown her signs. She just doesn't want to do it. She's lazy, or she's unmotivated, or she's basing things off of how she feels and versus of what I want and what my will for her is. So, okay. the thought of the Lord just going silent on me and telling me, hey, figure it out yourself then. Since you don't want my warning, you don't want my insight, you don't want my guidance, figure it out yourself for a little while. And I know that he's gracious and he would never do that forever, but and it's just, as much as I love to pray and as much as I like being in my word, and as much as I like to sow seeds in others and evangelize and things like that, if I'm not walking the walk and if I'm not being obedient, I'm out of line. I'm out of line. Like, how dare I not listen to my dad? Imagine your child not listening to you. Like, I'm your parent. And I'm not talking about adult children. I'm talking about like a child who literally knows nothing about life, not listening to you. It's really disgusting. But I just wanted to kind of pop in with that because I don't know if I'm the only one struggling with that, but I know that there's better ways to conduct myself, and I know that the Lord has been patient with me thus far, and I also know that eventually you have to reap what you're sowing. And if I'm sowing disobedience and if I'm sowing procrastination, you know what comes with that. Proverbs 24:33-34 says, yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands to sleep, so shall thy poverty come as one that traveleth, and thy wants as an armed man. So let's read that in a little bit more of a, modern day translation. I'll read the New Living Translation for that. A little extra sleep, a little more slumber, a little folding of the hands to rest. Then poverty will pounce on you like a bandit. Scarcity will attack you like an armed robber. So the Lord gives me clear instructions. Hey, Shwana, get up, do this. I'm sorry, Shay. Hey, Shay, get up, do this. Okay, Lord, I'm gonna do it. I just need 20 more minutes. It's been a long day. I need 20 more minutes. And then the 20 minutes comes. Okay, Lord, after this video goes off, I promise I'm gonna get up. The video goes off. Okay, Lord, I'm not feeling it today, and I don't like to do things half-heartedly. It's better to do it tomorrow. I'll be prepared for it. I'll know, a better way to handle it. Eventually, I do it, but the timing is off. What if there was someone waiting on what I had to say? What if there was someone who was on the brink of a breakthrough and just needed a confirmation? And it pains me to think of the fact that the Lord had to use somebody else, because he's going to get that message to you. If it's a sign or a message that he wants to get to you, he's going to get it to you through a willing vessel, which I claim to be a willing vessel. But yet when I'm called to the field, I'm not going out in the field. I'm acting like this is a part-time job or an optional side hustle instead of my full-time duty. And that is disturbing. That is absolutely not okay. And I understand being tired. I understand being worn out. I understand life. I understand aging. I understand ailments and things that contribute to fatigue. But I cannot let that be an excuse. Cannot let that continue to be an excuse. I don't know how to break myself completely out of that, but you guys, I'm sure you've experienced it yourself as well. And I don't know about you, but for me personally, I don't want scarcity or poverty to sneak up on me because I think I have more time, or because I think that I have so much favor with the Lord that he would never take his hand off me, or that he would never let me reap with what I've been sowing. I'm not silly enough to think that. And this is just a wake-up call that I'm giving to myself, also a way for me to hold myself accountable. I have something to look back on those days when I feel like, oh Lord, I don't feel it today. I need something. And you can do the same as well. And it's not always about, woe is me or complaining, but we have to realize that if we want to be willing vessels that the Lord uses to help his people, to get his word across, to show people how good he is, we have to be obedient and we have to be sensitive to his instructions and do it now. We can't wait till the rain starts coming to start trying to gather the animals that's trying to get plywood. The rain is coming already. We are supposed to be proactive instead of reactive. Proactive meaning that we see something coming and we are preparing for it beforehand, rather than reactive to the rain is coming and we're out trying to build the ark in the rain while the flood is already building up and up. The ark should be done before the flood even hits. And just like Noah, we will have people who would say that we're rushing the gun, or that we're being paranoid, or that we're being over spiritual, or whatever. But you have to keep your eyes on the Lord. And that's something that I have had to continue to check myself on, because I have people whose opinions I really care about. But I also understand that opinions are like buttholes and we all have them. At the end of the day, if I know for myself that the Lord told me to do something, it doesn't matter about anybody's opinion about it. It doesn't matter if it makes sense to them. It doesn't matter human logic. It doesn't matter about a projected trauma. It doesn't matter. If the Lord says, Sharonda, I'm going to say my names today. Okay, well, we Sharondas today, I guess. Sharonda, I need you to go out and go to, I'm trying to think of a dangerous place. Go over to Haiti, and I'm not trying to talk about Haiti. I don't know if y'all dangerous or not, but I heard it was dangerous. So please, Haitians, don't get me. I know y'all be, I know y'all don't be playing about Haiti, okay? Go over to Haiti and give back. Go out there, do some mission, get some evangelizing, such and such and such. I want you to go, and I want you to go by yourself. Take what you need for a week or so, and I'll give you your next instructions when you get there. I cannot say, okay, the Lord told me to do this. Let me call my mama and see what she say. Because I'm gonna call my mama and she's gonna say, wait, what? You're gonna go to Haiti by yourself? And all you're taking is a week worth of stuff? You don't even know how long you're staying? What about your job? Did you get PTO? She's gonna say what any parent that cares about you says. No, you don't need to be going out to no Haiti by yourself, girl. What are you doing? Like, you're a woman in a foreign country. But if the Lord told me to do something, honestly, and I'm not talking about, I think he said, I was talking about when the Lord really shows you a mission, shows you a task. If the Lord really said to do something, how stupid of me to think that he would not provide security and safety for me. And even if he doesn't, what could happen to me other than being sent to him? So I'm just using that example because it's a very far-fetched example, and I hope I didn't give the Lord no ideas, okay? But we have to be that bold with our faith. We have to be that tapped in and locked in, because it's going to be 1,000 viewpoints, 1,000 propagandas, 1,000 naysayers and scoffers, whatever plan that is presented. But we have to be strong enough to persevere past it without taking it personal, because people are doing what people do. It's not that they're trying to hurt you or be bad people or anything. They love you, and in their flesh and in their humanity, they want things to make sense. You want things to make sense. I personally would be like, Lord, what? I've never even been in Haiti, but you want me to go over here for how long? And I would have questions. And I'm just trying to get my faith and my boldness and my obedience to a level where I have questions, but I still go forth. So that when that rain starts to come, I am not scrambling. I am not letting my family down. I am not in regret, shaking my head because I had a chance and I didn't take it. I think about Joseph and how, he stored away, he got a warning and he stored away so much food, rations, enough for not only were they good, but people from all over, when the famine came, they were able to come and get food from the storehouses to be able to feed themselves when they didn't have any food in their lands, coming from near and far to their abundance that Joseph was proactive about, because the Lord gave him a warning and he actually listened and he actually did what they said. He didn't say, okay, the Lord said it's going to be abundance for this long, and then it's going to be a famine for this long. But we should be good. We ain't really gotta store all this stuff up, cause I mean, who finna keep inventory of this, and how we gonna keep it from spoiling? And if he asks all these questions instead of just being obedient to the Lord, how many lives would have been affected? How many people wouldn't have had food to eat? How many people's their lives would have been cut short because of his one disobedience, his one procrastination, his one dismissal of clear instructions from the Lord? And so I'm just want to convict myself, and as well as convict you guys, to get more tapped in. Please, 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 because we don't want poverty or scarcity to pop up in our lives. I have been blessed in many ways, and I'm not trying to say I'm balling or nothing like that, but the Lord has always been a provider for me, even in times of no clear direction, no clear income. I have seen the works of his hands. I've never gone to bed hungry. I've never gone to bed scared of where I was going to lay my head, and that's not something that everyone can say. I know that to be true. So I'm already blessed. So how dare I feel entitled or as if I cannot be in the same predicament as anyone else who has been unfortunately homeless, hungry, on the streets? Entitlement. And that was what my last episode was, just being entitled, thinking that the Lord owes us something, or thinking that he has to have grace for us. He doesn't. If he wants to take his hand off me and say, you know what, I'm tired of her, he could. And I pray, and I know in my heart that I would be like Job and praise him through it anyway. But in the same token, I need to be better about praising him with my actions as well. Not just my words, not just my prayers and my hopes and how I treat other people, but in putting in the work that he's calling me to do, even when I don't feel like it. This whole podcast is fight feelings, face facts. I have to fight the feeling of feeling like it. Oh, I don't feel like it today, Lord. I'm not really feeling it good. Did I tell you? You think I don't know you ain't feeling good? Do it anyway. Push through. Persevere. Show your strength. Let me show you that once you get started, I can empower you to finish it through. The good works that he's begun will be seen through. And if I want to be the vessel that I claim I want to be, I gotta get better. I gotta get more proactive instead of reactive. So on that note, guys, I'm going to call this episode done. I pray that in my scolding of myself, I pray that you guys could possibly get something from it. I love you, and I will see you on the next episode. Bye.